Hey everybody, it's Alexander Dahl with Manifest Brutality once again. So it is midweek. We've got another interview ready to go, so we'll go ahead and just get that one out there. There's several more that are coming down the pike, so we'll just keep going. Um, that's pretty much all I got for the moment. So without any other delay, here you go. All right, bye. All right, so I'm currently on the phone with Cameron. He's another one of the musicians that reached out to me about the current interview series going on. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the opportunity to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm the lead guitarist, founding member of Force of Habit. We're a metal band out of hard rock metal band out of Atlanta, Georgia, and that's that's who I am.
Excellent. So I always kind of like to start at the beginning and get a sense of, how you kind of first found music. What was it about music that really kind of spoke to you and made you want to get into it?
Um, Music took me away. It took me to a place that was different from where I was at. I was probably like 8 years old, and my dad had the cassette of the Doors, Weird Scenes Inside Gold Mine, and it had Riders on the Storm on it. He liked that song, so he let me borrow that cassette. I listened to that, and I just thought that was just incredible. It was unbelievable. Something it took you close your eyes and listen to it, and you were wherever it brought you.
Mm-hmm.
So right around fourth grade, I actually, they had a music program in the public school, so I got into that and learned how to read and play for clarinet. So by the end of the first year there, I ended up picking up the oboe, and I was the only oboist in the entire school system. So our music teacher, he was an incredible man, probably the biggest influence on my musical endeavors for my entire life. Uh, he had me play all these, stand up and play these solos and stuff in front of the whole orchestra and different pieces, classical pieces and stuff like that, which was really cool. And then the next year, I ended up picking up the baritone sax and ended up playing in the stage band too. So that right there, everything is music. Thank you, public school system and music program. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I did, yeah, I did that in the summers. I went to, the band camps and stuff, and we used to play for like convalescent homes and stuff like that. And that was all that James Natali, rest his soul. He was an incredible influence to many upcoming kids. Really set that fire that just burned for an entire lifetime. Then, I got up to, high school and ended up finding the electric guitar, and that kind of did me in right there. Picked that up and never turned back. Been playing for many years now.
Were you able to continue playing electric guitar in your school's music program?
No, I ended up going to a trade school,
Okay.
and they didn't even have a music program there.
Well, I meant during high school, like just continuing it during concert bands. Instead of playing saxophone when you were in concert band in high school, did they have like spaces for guitar? Like I know some concert bands have like an extra jazz ensemble where they have like electric guitar and bass as well.
Yeah, no, this was all. I don't think the only thing stringed in it was maybe a stand-up bass.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So you found guitar kind of outside of the regular curriculum for concert band and
Yeah.
latched onto
Oh,
it
yeah.
that way.
Trade
Okay.
school. Yeah, trade school. We turned around and cut school, and a friend of mine would go over to his house and hang out, and he played guitar. So we'd sit around and smoke joints and listen to him play, and it was like, hey, man, I really want to be able to do that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's he ended up taught me that guitar fire, and I'm also self-taught, and I've been told my style is a bunch of bad habits practiced perfectly.
Nice. So once you did kind of get to the point where you were comfortable with the instrument, how did you kind of decide what avenue you wanted to take with it, and like what kind of music you wanted to create with it?
That's really funny because I didn't really have any control over that. It just kind of whatever comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and it just happened to come out angry. Some of the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why it was more towards the metal side. But it's kind of weird. It just comes out. It comes out of somewhere. I don't know where it comes from, but I just kind of that goes with like my songwriting. I don't sit down like a preconceived notion. It has to come to me. I have to feel it. It'll pretty much come and write itself.
I guess another way to kind of ask that question would be, once you identified the type of music that you were making, how did you
Yep.
go about, figuring out the type of band that you needed to be in and the type of people that you needed to work with?
I think that's just kind of like I'm not quite sure how to answer that. Other than you start out playing with people, and then you kind of evolve and then the people that you play with evolve, and then you search. It's kind of like a feel thing where you more gravitate towards this than that. You know, I guess is the best way I can answer that. Is that more of like?
I mean, that's definitely a really organic way to answer that question, and you're not wrong. Working with musicians like that, everybody definitely does evolve. Um, you did mention that you kind of identified the kind of music that you're making as more in the metal vein. Um, is that something that also kind of evolved with the people that you're playing with, or did you ever have to kind of struggle to find other musicians that wanted to get into that type of music as well?
No, that kind of no, we kind of like evolved into that again. Together is just kind of like okay, we took this group of guys, put them together. You all put your heart into it and see what we got, and that's what comes out, and that's basically how the first format for Force of Habit was, and the first album was recorded.
Okay. And so is most of your group that you originally got together with like still together and still part of the lineup that you're playing with?
No, no, no. Um, we've had when we first started out, probably within the first 4 or 5 years, we probably changed just about everybody except me.
Okay.
And then my buddy Wayne, he's been with me now for I think 9 years, bass player.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a brand new awesome addition, Kenan on drums. Phenomenal young guy on drums, man, unbelievable. And we're auditioning for, oh god, it seems like forever, but probably about 6-8 months for
Mm-hmm.
a new vocalist.
Okay.
We have that narrowed down to about 6 people right now. So hopefully we'll be picking pretty soon and getting back to the business of actually writing music and playing out some live shows.
Sure. I was actually just going to kind of ask about that, since it's been so long since you've actually had like a vocalist come in. Typically a vocalist is also kind of synonymous with a lyricist, but that's not always the case. Have you guys been continuing to write like in that downtime and just do instrumentals?
Yes. Yeah.
Or, are you also putting lyrics to it? Like, how has your process been like during this like long time that you've been trying to audition a new vocalist?
Well, actually auditioning people really takes a lot of time, and it gets really, really monotonous. It's like, okay, pick 3 songs out of the list, you know what I mean? Get them come in, so you get them come in for an hour, and boom, that's all you're working on is those 3 songs. So it gets a little monotonous, but we still do find the time to write, and we have probably almost an album's worth of another stuff ready. Once
That's all stuff that
pretty
you
much vocals and all. It's just a matter of whoever our new vocalist is going to be, their interpretation of it.
Sure. And so, are you guys recording in like a full setup studio, or are you doing it like independently?
Well, we normally we'll go cut some stuff, like, like in somebody's basement, you know what I mean, and mess around with that and get our final ideas. And then once we have that down to exactly where we want it, then we'll go to a regular studio.
Okay, sure.
That way you're in, you know what you're doing, you're not wasting time, you're not wasting their money, engineers aren't cheap.
Right. Awesome. So, once you do kind of get that vocalist back into place and get out there doing shows, what's your ambition for it? Do you want to just like keep playing like your local circuit? Do you want to just keep putting out music? Like, where would you like to kind of see it all grow into?
Well, we play in the whole Southeast down here. We get around a little bit, though we haven't, lately with all everything COVID and all that kind of stuff. I foresee us still doing that, and just whatever. I mean, we all just have a blast doing it, and if we make money and go somewheres with it, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. We're having a ball doing it.
Sure. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, I don't care if there's 2 people there. I don't care if there's 200,000 people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You got people in your audience that are sitting there really, really getting it, and you're touching them, and you can see it in their eyes, and it's like, this is what I do that for.
Awesome.
That's it right there.
So along those lines, what are some really, prominent memories that you have about participating in music, whether it be, a show that inspired you, or, sitting down to write with your bandmates? Like, what's something that really sticks out in your mind?
I'll tell you what, right off bat, seeing Kiss in 1975. That concert right then and there, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
I could see that.
Yeah, I was like 15. That was it. Hooked for life.
Awesome. Do you have any other memories you want to share?
Oh man, there's many. I could go on for days. There's we've had some pretty incredible stories, played with some really, really incredible bands, and I'll tell a little quick story about playing down. We played Sun and Steel Metal Fest down in Tampa, Florida, and we were on the line with on the bill with Testament. Well, we had gotten done, and we're hanging out backstage, and Chuck Billy's sitting there. He's hanging out with us and bumming my cigarettes, and I go, hey man, I gotta go hit the head. So I turn around, go run to the back bathrooms back there, and backstage it was like the gang bathrooms, and I walk in there, and Ice-T's in there, and he's got Coco bent over the sink, butt-ass naked.
Oh jeez.
Getting his pre-show on.
All right.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, so sorry, T. He gave me the wink, and I turned around and left. And then, later when he came on with Body Count, because he was there for Body Count, and he seen me out there and up in the audience. He's like, he points at me, he winks. I'm like, yeah, bro, you got it.
Nice. That's a good story.
Yeah.
So, what are some links where people can actually take a listen to your stuff and check out what you're doing?
You can check us out at www.reverbnation.com, official Force of Habit. It's been our homepage for quite a while, and we have a bunch of our music up there and a couple of videos, live videos and stuff like that for y'all to check out. That's www.reverbnation.com /official Force of Habit. And also,
Excellent.
you can check us out on Facebook too. We're, I think it's Force of Habit. Facebook.com/Force of Habit or something like that.
Excellent. And I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last word. So, just a message that you kind of feel you resonate with.
A good message to me has always been, if you have a dream, pursue it. Never let anybody deter you. Never let anybody tell you you can't do it, because persistence pays off. Persistence pays off. You may never get there, but it isn't necessarily the destination, it's the trip. Never let anybody persuade you from that. Follow what's in your heart.